So, Kenny.
Welcome back, everybody, to 2021. A lot of things are happening. We got a new president. Oh, wait. Still got COVID. Oh, wait. We've got 3 vaccines. And Krystle wanted to say something.
And nothing's open. So,
yep.
What do you know?
We literally
Happy
drove
2021.
around. We literally, I know we're going to get to the podcast, but literally, folks, we're in the world. We literally, so once a week, we're super grateful. Our nanny takes our girls. Yes, if you can believe that, she takes our girls overnight. I don't know why, but she does. So literally last night, we're like, let's just go to a place that's probably breaking the law that's open so we can go. So we knew the places that were open. Unbelievably close. We were driving around all through Mission Hills, some Hillcrest, all this stuff. And we're like, we literally cannot go to one place, just sit outside and have a meal. We ended up getting drive-thru Mexican.
Yep, that was date night last night. So for all the people who are mad at the people who want to eat out and live life, sorry guys, but I don't think we'll be spreading COVID if we go eat outside somewhere. So hopefully the businesses will be open soon, and all those people who were saying screw 2020 are going to get their amazing 2021. I don't know that that's going to be the case, but hopefully they get it.
So we're going to get down to business here. So a couple things. Number one, welcome to 2021. Number two, thank you for listening. If you are listening, and if you like it, you should share it with other people, because I swear we have valuable information on here. And number three, if you did not notice, we have changed our studio if you're watching, and it's not set up yet, so bear with us. And also, if you notice, over here, Vanna White, over here is a lovely sign that says, get into the Cashflow Game. So today we just wanted to talk about, number one, why we changed the name, and Krystle's going to answer that. And number two, I also want to talk about, there's so much to talk about, what we are going to dive in with this new podcast, a new year. Some of the things that we're working on, we will talk about with you guys, what's coming, and then also kind of what we're going to jump into with a series of, obviously we'll be bringing on guests, which hyper-focus on real estate. And the other thing is we will also be diving into, oh wait, you're going to have to wait till after. So you have to keep listening. Sorry, I can't get that one away.
Chatty Cathy over here. What's new? So why did we change the name to get in the Cashflow Game? I think it's like it's sort of a long answer, story. But quickly, you all know we've had brand builders on a couple of times. We had Rory Vaden on, he's amazing. And we've had our coach, Kristen Hartnagel, on that we've been working with for the last year. So one of the focuses was being super focused on what it is that we do and what it is that we're talking about. So kind of just picking a lane and sticking with it. And part of that was to have a podcast name that was more obvious to what our beliefs are and all of that. So for us, we're all about cash flow. So I think that was a big thing for us, and we wanted it to be sort of fresh too, because we're not like, robotic, boring people. We wanted it to be.
We're not?
we wanted it to be kind of in our language. So we usually do say get off the sidelines and get in the game. That's what the conversation we have with our clients all the time who are wanting to invest in real estate or wanting to make that transition from residential to apartments. We kind of say at some point you need to get off the sidelines and get in the game.
Or just you want to buy a 2 to 4 unit. It doesn't matter. It's like it's. We always say the conversation changes once you're in the game, not in the game. So we were told that, and we're telling you that.
Yeah, a very large apartment owner a long time ago gave us advice, and that was his advice to us.
Are you in the game? Every time he saw us, did you get in the game? Nope. Okay. Then
we're not going to talk.
Yeah.
No talk.
Literally, then we got in the game. He goes, okay, now you're in the game, and now you started. Yeah, we get it. So the conversation changed. So as I always tell everybody, as you buy one deal and you got your 5th deal, not only will your mindset change, but the conversation will change too. So, Krystle, the other thing I was asked is, what are we going to be talking about too that I cut my own self off? So we're going to be interviewing guests, which we're excited because I think we're going to get a lot of great guests on this year.
Did you ask me a question?
Yes.
I'm supposed to be answering it.
I know.
Okay.
Second thing is that we're kind of all over the place in this little episode here. This is really just like welcome back. Welcome to a new show. Thanks for supporting. But what are we going to talk about? What we've been talking about, and when you and I just talking about the guest on.
There's a lot of talking happening.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep sort of on the same topic. So originally when we started Value Add, we did talk about real estate. That was our goal, but we were like, we're passionate about a lot of different things, fitness and Kenny's crazy morning, early morning wake ups and all these things. So we decided that we needed to be super focused on one topic, and that would be more valuable for the people who are here listening. So obviously we chose real estate and cash flow, and that's really our main focus and our passion to help people and to create for ourselves as well. So we are going to continue talking about investing in real estate, specifically residential multifamily real estate. So, creating housing, providing housing for people. That is our passion. That is how we generate cash flow. That is essentially our retirement plan. And so our goal is to help people to do that for themselves as well. And this podcast is going to be focused all around giving people valuable information and actionable advice that they need in order to either start investing or continue investing.
Yeah, so the people we hope to have on could be, as we've had on, CPAs, they could be appraisers, trust attorneys, 1031, and then obviously people that are in the space.
Syndicators, real estate investors, any property managers, anything that really surrounds.
Lenders, we're lenders, so that'll be us. So one of the things that I want to do is the next episode you'll be listening to is literally if you are an investor, you might not care about it. But if you are not an investor and you're like, what is that conversation look like? When you're writing your first deal, that's what we're going to dive into. We really want to go step by step. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about getting pre-qual. We'll be talking about buying your first deal, managing all this stuff. We really just want to hyper-focus on one topic and dive into it. And the other thing is, if you're a real estate agent, you're a commercial broker, and you're listening to this, because a lot of you that I work with in Krystle, you're referring me a first-time home buyer, right? Or a first-time buyer that wants to buy an investment property. The next episode will be a great one to keep and send to them to listen, because I literally had the same conversation with this, these investors, the person that wanted to buy their first real estate investment property over and over again. And for you guys, if you're a real estate agent listening and you have a client that owns a property, you're like, how could maybe they want to go buy another property. A lot of you aren't even calling them or reaching out to them because you really don't know how that conversation would be. So the next episode would be talking about that conversation.
Thank you for outlining that. I think too, just to go back to what Kenny was saying, I think even if you are an experienced investor, it may be valuable to listen to these episodes because we've all taken a different path to get to where we are, and we're all on a different journey. And one of the things that we love, or I love, I can say at least, is about podcasting is that we all share our information. It's no longer like we're keeping some sort of crazy secret or, there's this big competition that we can't share with each other. So here we want to just share it all. And since everybody's journey is different, I know that there's valuable advice that we can give that you maybe have not gone through, or maybe something you forgot about or have not, thought about in a while. The same thing happens for us all the time. We listen to other podcasts about real estate investing and many other topics. And, sometimes it's a nice refresher for us even too, for things we already knew about, or maybe they give a little bit of a different perspective on things. It just really, is helpful to you and creates value in your life. So.
Yeah. And if this is the first time you've ever listened to us, thanks for listening to us. Give us a review, give us some likes, share us, because it helps grow. And
if you have any questions too, just reach out and ask us, because it's always nice for us to answer the questions. We can get back to you. It might even be a great episode for us to kind of put out there for people. So we love feedback.
Yeah, if there's anything too you guys would like to hear more about or more discussion on, we would definitely love to hear back, because we'd love to dive into those conversations. So Krystle, to wrap up, I wanted to talk and share with people, what are some of the things that you're going to be working on this year, as in regards to whether that's learning something new or how you're growing, your brand or anything like that that's helping your lending business, your business as far as, growing yourself, and then obviously like maybe getting around more people, and then also ultimately making you more of an active, better overall real estate investor. If you want to talk about anything. Or some you might want to share and you want to wait.
I would love to answer the question, so you have to zip it, buddy. So for me this year, the focus is to continue to grow our loan business as a mortgage broker. Honestly, 2020 was better than the previous year. I anticipate 2021 to be better than 2020. The market's great. Rates are low. People want to buy. I don't think housing is going to get worse. I think it's only going to improve, and there's only going to be more demand. So I anticipate to continue to grow that business. My goal, I'm just going to throw it out there so you guys can all hold me accountable. But my goal this year is really to buy 100+ unit building somewhere. Kenny has given me a cash flow goal that I need to reach in order to get a home with a freaking pool. So that is my first goal in life.
Do you want to tell people what that is openly?
What? So openly,
just so people know what it is, so they maybe just being open about
so openly, Kenny has told me we need $30,000 to $40,000 a month in cash flow. That does not include our business, what we do for our business. That is just cash flow. So I need
just
to have,
from apartments.
Just from
nothing
apartments.
else.
Well, whatever, real estate. So it just needs to be cash flow, and in order to get the home that I want, I need to achieve that. So Kenny's super busy in his business. It is pretty much rested on me to make this happen. And so that's my goal this year. So I have hired a mentor, and I'm super excited to get to work with him. So we had Brad Sumrock on our podcast last spring. You guys should listen to that episode if you haven't. But as you know, a lot of people are looking to get out of California. Not that California is a bad place to invest. I think I just want to diversify and broaden our horizons within multifamily. And so my goal is to do that. And through the guidance of a mentor who has experience out of state and with syndications and all of that fun stuff, our background is super helpful to syndicating and raising money and investing in bigger deals. So I'm not scared of that, but I definitely want to do it right. And I hold a high level of responsibility to the people that we want to help and serve. So I have hired a coach to help me to execute that plan as best as possible and with my best foot forward. So that's my goal for this year. Buy 100 units, get me that much closer to getting a house with a pool for my children and our children, and then to just continue on doing that, and also to have great mentors and people, which both of us have hired on our ends separately and together to help us to continue to be better and better.
Yeah, I mean, we'll always be active investors in San Diego market, but we do realize that after meeting with a lot of people, listening to a lot of people, that there is other opportunity elsewhere. And unfortunately, as much as I love California and San Diego, I'm also not going to be blinded to what's going on. So if you don't know what's going on, you should definitely pay attention. But, we definitely have a big deficit. We've got a lot of problems in the state. And ultimately, when you have big bills that are due, people want to come after homeowners, property owners, businesses, and individuals, and tax us. And I said, unfortunately, you got to be cautious to this. So I'm not saying every single big real estate investor that I know or met does not own in this state, but a lot of them avoid this state, and they actually love this state, but they don't love the politics.
That's a whole other podcast episode. But yeah. So Kenny, to wrap it up the second time, what are your goals this year? I know a lot of our goals overlap and align, but you do have your own business and everything, and I'd like to hear what your goals are for the year and what you sort of see.
Yeah, so I think last year we learned a lot. We learned a lot about how branding and doing a podcast and putting yourself out there and doing events can actually help a lot of people, which is great. We actually got to meet a lot of really cool people, which is even better. And at the end of the day, we realized all that stuff equals to branding, and that ultimately helps your business. So I think Krystle and I are ultra focused on growing our brand to get bigger, hopefully getting in more and more in front of people, which ultimately we can help more people, whether that's through just having look, we have conversations with people that we don't do loans, and we spend, Krystle does it, I do it all the time, weekly, they have a question about this or that, and they come to us and say, I was referred to you, and they never do a loan with us, but we have a 30-hour-minute conversation about, real estate, how to help them, and that's what it is. And so if that's somebody like you and you just want to have a conversation about getting into real estate and we never do business together, we would probably take that time in our lives. We have it. You should take advantage of it,
I guess lastly, to say that and like kind of finalize the whole thing, is that for now, we talk to a lot of people and give a lot of just kind of like free advice and bouncing things off of each other. But our goal is to really educate people. And in order to do that, to do it in a more methodical way. And we are in the process of developing a program for people who want to grow and invest and generate cash flow for themselves in a more educational way, not just a casual phone conversation, send some spreadsheets sort of way. So it's been a big project.
But more of Krystle, we put a lot of time and effort in building a course, and it's taken longer, obviously, with COVID and a new kid and all that, but we've made a lot of progress. What's really cool is it's really helped not only our business, but really determine what we do as people, what we solve, and also what we're going to do. And like Krystle said, it's really like, here's how to go buy real estate, and from our view. And I always tell people, like, if you're going to buy real estate, you're going to invest in stocks, you're going to do something else, you probably shouldn't just take advice from one person. Maybe you go buy 2 or 3 courses. Like Krystle and I, we've met with a lot of different people, and we've read a lot of books and podcasts. So we're just one view of like our view, from management.
Based on our experience.
So to wrap it up, the other thing I'm super excited about is next weekend, I know I'm talking a lot, I am going to a mastermind group, which I'll talk more about. But it's basically a real estate mastermind group with a bunch of badass, well-known entrepreneurs that are all make a living with online stuff. So we want to further grow our brand, and the way to do that is just get around people that are way better than us doing it and network with them. And so Krystle and I have really decided this year, to put a lot of money back in investing in ourselves, which I think ultimately is always the best investment. But otherwise, I think it's time to wrap it up, for me to shut up, and I look forward to keeping this going and get into the cash flow game with Kenny and K.